Good morning, children. So yesterday we studied respiration is complex continuous process and is completed in 4 steps, that is breathing, external respiration, internal respiration and cellular respiration. Okay, so we studied internal respiration is the exchange of gas between blood and tissue, that is oxygen from the blood enters into the tissue and carbon dioxide from the tissue enters into the blood. Okay, so the oxygen from the blood enters into the tissue and then what happens we'll see. Okay, so after entering into the tissue, 97% of the oxygen diffuses from the blood and combines with oxygen and forms oxyhemoglobin. Okay, so 97% of oxygen diffuses from the blood and combines with the hemoglobin and forms oxyhemoglobin, and the remaining 3% of oxygen combines with water present in the blood. Okay, now oxygen enters into the cell and cellular respiration takes place. So what is that cellular respiration? Oxidation of glucose to carbon dioxide and water. Okay, so as it takes place at cellular level, it is called cellular respiration. So oxygen enters into tissue and cell, and this is cellular respiration. Glucose in the presence of oxygen gives carbon dioxide and water and also energy. Okay, so a lot of energy is produced, understood children? And then water is retained in the body. Okay, so it is used for various metabolic activities in the body, and we all know that carbon dioxide is toxic. Okay, so now we will see what happens to this carbon dioxide. Okay, so carbon dioxide, 10% of carbon dioxide combines with water and forms carbonic acid. Okay, so 10% of carbon dioxide combines with water and forms carbonic acid. Okay children, then 10% of carbon dioxide combines with hemoglobin and forms carboxyhemoglobin. Okay, so next 80% of carbon dioxide is left, that is 40% of carbon dioxide combines with sodium carbonate forming sodium bicarbonate. Understood children? So 40% of carbon dioxide combines with sodium carbonate forming sodium bicarbonate. Understood? And then remaining 40% of carbon dioxide combines with potassium carbonate. Okay, and this forms potassium bicarbonate. Understood? So potassium carbonate, the remaining 40% of carbon dioxide combines with potassium carbonate and forms potassium bicarbonate. Understood children? So this is transportation of carbon dioxide. Okay, so this question comes for 3 marks and this also comes for 3 marks. Understood? This is transportation of oxygen and this is transportation of carbon dioxide. Okay, so now we'll study the effects of altitudes on breathing. Okay, so with the increasing altitudes, the atmospheric pressure goes on decreasing. Okay, and then the tidal volume of inhaled air also decreases. Understood? So at 4,500 meters above the sea level, the atmospheric pressure decreases. Okay, and this the breathing becomes difficult. Okay, so this is also called mountain sickness, or it is called artificial hypoxia. It is called as artificial hypoxia children. This will be asked for 1 mark. Okay, what is hypoxia and what is asphyxia? Okay, so hypoxia is a condition where the availability of oxygen is lesser than required for the body. Okay, so hypoxia, as the altitudes increases, as we go higher and higher, the atmospheric pressure goes on decreasing. Okay, so the tidal volume of inhaled air also decreases. Understood children? At 4,500 meters above the sea level, the atmospheric pressure is decreased and it is reduced, and breathlessness happens. Okay, so that is called as hypoxia. So what is hypoxia will be asked for 1 marks. It is the condition where the availability of oxygen required for the body is lesser. Okay, so the oxygen level goes on decreasing than it is required for the cells and tissues for functioning. Okay, and this is characterized by what is that, headache, nausea, mental fatigue, then dizziness. Okay, so and all. Okay, next one is asphyxia. Okay, children. So asphyxia is a condition where deficiency of oxygen to the body is accompanied by increasing carbon dioxide in the blood. Okay, so what is asphyxia, children? It is a condition where the deficiency of oxygen, so oxygen goes on decreasing with the increasing concentration of carbon dioxide. Okay, so asphyxia is a condition where the deficiency of oxygen to the body is accompanied with increasing the concentration of carbon dioxide in the blood. Okay, so asphyxia is also called suffocation. It is also called suffocation, and this leads to failure of respiratory tract, paralyzed respiratory tract, and then artificial respiration will be fruitful in asphyxia. Okay, then we'll go to some of the common diseases of respiratory system. Okay, so first of all, bad cold, children. So disease causing microbes present in the inhaled air attacks respiratory tract. Okay, so during inhalation, the disease causing organism enters into in our respiratory tract. Okay, and produces inflammation of mucous membrane in various regions and increasing the secretion, causes all these problems. Okay, so first, bad cold. If bad cold is treated, then all these diseases are treated. Okay, so first one is pharyngitis. Okay, pharyngitis, this is in the pharynx. This is also called as tonsillitis. It is also called tonsillitis, children. That is enlargement of tonsils. Okay, and next one is laryngitis. So laryngitis, pharyngitis is also called as sore throat. Okay, it is also called sore throat, and also called as tonsillitis. This is caused due to enlargement of tonsils, and laryngitis is called hoarse voice. Okay, it is in the larynx, and this causes difficulty in speaking. Okay, so bronchitis is a problem of bronchioles. Next, pneumonia. Okay, so pneumonia is the disease or disorder in the lungs where the alveoli are filled with mucus. Okay, and there is no sufficient space for exchange of gases. So pneumonia is the disorder in the lungs where it does not get sufficient air to support life due to accumulation of mucus. Okay, and next one is emphysema, children, due to chronic bronchitis. Okay, if bronchitis is not treated for a long time, then what happens? The alveoli gets ruptured and exchange of gases become difficult. Okay, so that is what is called as emphysema. And next one is bronchial asthma. This is a allergic condition. It is also caused due to pollutants, pollen grains, pollutants, and so on. It is also called expiratory wheeze. Okay, so these are the disorders of some of the common disorders of respiratory system. Understood, children? So here we complete respiration in animals. Okay, so already we have discussed external respiration, next internal respiration, and cellular respiration. This is transportation of oxygen, which is asked for 2 marks. And then what happens to carbon dioxide after cellular respiration? Okay, then you have to write all this for children. Now water retains in the body itself. Okay, because water is required for various metabolic activities. And next we'll go to respiration in plants. Okay, so in plants also aerobic respiration takes place where oxygen is absorbed and carbon dioxide is released. Okay, Then all the living cells in the plant take oxygen and release carbon dioxide, however deeply they are seated. Okay children, so roots also respire, take oxygen and release carbon dioxide in the soil. Understood? And actively growing tissues like floral buds, vegetative buds, germinating seeds respire faster than the old and mature tissues. Understood children? And so the rate of respiration is higher in young actively growing tissues than the older and mature tissues. Understood? And next, the respiration in plants takes place by stomatas present in the leaves. Okay, so we have already studied the structure of stomata. The central opening of the stomata is called stoma, which is surrounded by two guard cells, okay, being shaped structure, and the inner wall of the stomata is much thicker than the outer wall. Okay, and when the guard cells are filled with water, then the inner wall of the stomata exerts pressure and the stomata opens. Understood children? When the oxygen enters inside and the carbon dioxide comes outside. During the daytime, oxygen and carbon dioxide, oxygen is utilized for respiration and carbon dioxide is utilized for photosynthesis. Okay, so stomatas present on the lower surface, or more number of stomatas are present in the lower surface of the leaf than on the upper surface of the leaf. Exchange of gases takes place through stomatas in the leaves and lenticels. Okay, so lenticels are the pores present on the stem. Okay children, and then this is how respiration takes place in plants. Okay, energy requirement in plant is lesser because most of the cells and tissues are dead. Understood? So this is how respiration is completed children, and in the next class we will be starting transport system. Okay, so all of you note down all this. Alright, so hypoxia is a condition where the availability of the oxygen to the body is lesser than the required. Okay, so how much of oxygen is required for our cells and tissues to function is does not reach the, it becomes lesser and lesser. Okay, asphyxia is the condition where the deficiency of oxygen, okay, is accompanied by increasing the concentration of carbon dioxide. Okay, so the oxygen level decreases and the carbon dioxide level increases, okay, simultaneously. That is what is called as asphyxia, which is also called as suffocation. Hypoxia is also called as mountain sickness or artificial hypoxia. Understood children? So these are the effects of altitudes on breathing, and these are the disorders, some of the common disorders of respiratory system.